All right, what's up, guys? VV back with another video. And in today's video, guys, we are going to be talking about a little bit of Red Yellow Sabo. We're going to be doing a little bit of an update, check out a deck list that just did well to Store Regional, and a lot of good stuff. Okay, even the lab today features Red Yellow Sabo. But let me go. I'm kind of spoiling everything. Let me break this down for y'all, lay it all out, tell you what we're going to be getting into. First up, we're going to be heading over to the lab, and we're going to be checking out a game of Red Yellow Sabo versus Black Yellow Luffy. Okay, now, I have been getting a lot of questions about Black Yellow Luffy, so this should be very good. Hopefully, it ends up being very educational for everybody. So that's first. After that, we're going to be heading over to OnePieceTopDecks.com, and a Red Yellow Sabo list very recently won a Store Regional, which was like a 32-player tournament. Okay, we're going to check that out, see what we can learn from that, see what direction they're building it, and then, after all that, we're going to head over to the sim, and we're going to check out 4 games on the sim of me playing a Red Yellow Sabo list from basically from 8.5. Okay, I'm going to give you guys an idea, kind of show you what I'm thinking for 8.5, so we can at least start brainstorming and fixing it and doing stuff like that and checking it out. All right, guys, and then of course we'll analyze the deck list and finish things off like that after that at the end. All right, so you know what you're getting into, guys. Let's go ahead and dive into this. Let's get straight into it because we do have a lot to talk about today. So first things first, we're going to head over to the lab. Let me go ahead and move this leader slide. What is the lab? Okay, for any of the new listeners out there, at the beginning of every one of my videos, I try to include a community submitted game. And if you're interested in me reviewing one of your games, it's completely free of charge. I try to have these at the beginning of every single video, guys, and I put out a video every single day. So I'm going through these pretty quickly. So if you're interested, it's very easy. All you have to do, record one of your games, upload it to YouTube. Then you're going to hop over on the VV Theory Discord, and you're going to post the link to that video under the Review My Games channel in the Discord. And as soon as I see it, I give you the thumbs up, and that's that. You're in line, and you're up whenever you're up next. So okay, let's go ahead and hop into this. If you have any questions on that, guys, please put it in the comment section below. I'll try to help you out down there, or just hop on the Discord. That's the easiest way to do it. Now let's go ahead and dive into this game. Let me make sure the volume is off. The speed is on 2x, and we've got it on good quality. So let's do this, guys. All right. So it looks like this is a pretty long game. I'm going to try to not pause this at all, but at the same time, I have it on 2x speed, so I might have to pause every now and then. Okay, so we're going to start off. Okay, a lot of stuff just happened. Hang on one second. I already have to pause, right? So the Red Yellow Sabo player won the dice roll and chose to go second, and I like taking away first place, or taking away going first from Black Yellow Luffy. And one nice thing about this list is it's running Haruta. So we have a nice turn 2 play into a lot of turn 4 play, or not turn 2, excuse me, a 2 Dawn play into a lot of 4 Dawn plays, into a 6 Dawn play as well in this case, and an 8 Dawn play with Dragon. That's actually a very nice curve. That's actually a very nice curve for this list. Okay, so let's see what happens here. So we're going to swing. They swung for 8 at us. It's good to just take that. We shouldn't have used our 2K counters there. I think that would have been a little reckless. But right here, we're going to go ahead and play out the Kikinojo, I think. Absolutely. I think that's the right call. Keep the Cracker in this case because, we don't have to worry about their life. They're going to be lower life than us probably the whole game. So we swing for 6 there. They take it. That's perfect. Let me say something real quick. Generally speaking, you don't want to swing into Black Yellow Luffy at all until you're presenting lethal or, like, serious threats. However, with our version of the list, getting them down to 3 life is actually very important because it turns on our Kikinojo trigger. And Nekomamushi if they're running that. I don't know if they're running that or not. Okay, 6 and a 7 here. We counted out very aggressively. Okay, because we're probably going to play the Newgate. Okay, that was actually a very good counter there. I probably would have taken that, and I think it would have been the wrong play because playing out the Edward Newgate here is massive because you'll get to look through 4 cards. Okay, hang on. Are we swinging? Okay, I think we're about to swing. Very nice, pause. So we set a Zoro to the top of our life, or excuse me, to the top of our deck. We'll draw that next turn. And we set up a trigger as our very first life card. And at the bottom, we set a 0-cost 3K. You're the one who should disappear. That has an incredible trigger. Really, really nice. Okay, but, okay, so we're swinging here. Uh-oh, it lagged out on me there. Sorry, guys. I'm not sure what that was all about. So we're swinging. We have to bring up the accuracy meter. So the very first inaccuracy that I see is right now. There is no reason for us to drop them down to 2 life. It's scary to do that. I'm not saying I've never done it. Hey, I experiment on the sim all the time, trying new styles out and things like that. But let me tell you real quick, guys, I do not think it is wise to swing here. And if the black-yellow Luffy counters out of this, it will literally it'll throw me for a loop. I would not believe if the black-yellow Luffy countered out. They do not. And okay, so now we probably pass the turn here. Are we thinking about pushing the Newgate to life here? Okay, so we pushed the Newgate to life. We're swinging 8 more into 5. If I'm Black Yellow Luffy, I'm saying thank you. I'm like, okay, very nice. You let me get rid of 2 of my life cards without me having to use my 2K counters like Hiyori, Makino, or what's the other one called? Flampe. Or whatever 2K counter they might be. I don't know what other 2K counters people might be using nowadays. But Flampe and Hiyori, those are the 2 main ones, right? So now they don't have to use one of those. So, okay, I'm going to pause it and tell you what I'd be doing right now. There are 12 cards, or was that 11 or 12 cards in the Black Yellow Luffy's hand. Red and Yellow has no way to do hand destruction currently. So again, there's no way I would have counted out of those. I think Black Yellow Luffy did that correctly. With a 7 Dawn play, this would be the dream play. Let's see if they get it. I don't pre-watch these videos, so let's just see if this happens. If I'm the Black Yellow Luffy player, for 1 Dawn, I'm Flampe, and I'm drawing 2 more cards. 1 from my life, 1 from the top of my deck. I'm going up to 12 cards. Then I'm going to attach 2 to my leader and set 2 cards into my life. Remember, guys, you can set cards from your hand or trash into your life, as long as they're 5 cost, obviously. Okay, and then with the remaining, remember that was just 3 Dawn. What I just said there. Attach 2 to the leader, attach 1, pay 1 for Flampe, and then I'm going to play out 2 2-cost guys, and I'm going to do everything I need to from there. Another possible play would be with Hiyori. You can set the top card and go about things like that, and keep 1 card left in your life, I believe. Okay, let's see what they do though. We are at 4 life. I think that was a little bit greedy the way we did that with the Newgate. I would not have done that. Okay, let me say one more thing. I'm sorry, guys, because like I said, I get a lot of questions about this matchup, and I see a lot of people have different play styles and stuff. But let me just say something right now. If we had just left the 4-cost Kikinojo active and left the Newgate active, and we have 3 life, right? Attack in, we can just take this and put the trigger on the board and go from there. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many different things here. I just want to say this. Going wide against Black Yellow Luffy, that's a big thumbs up, right? Like, that's a great game plan. Okay, they swing 6 into 5, because they're not going to attack into our Kikinojo, right? That's not happening. 6 into 5, I think we should just take this. Okay, it looks like we're considering countering out. Let me make sure we are on 2x speed. Yeah, okay, we're going to counter out of this. So there's only one thing I like about countering out of that, and it probably forces the Kuzan to attack this turn, maybe. Like, maybe that's what they're trying to do. But I definitely would not be swinging with Kuzan this turn if I were the Black Yellow Luffy player. Okay, they do a draw 2, trash 2 with the Sabo. They're setting up cards in their trash. They have a blocker now. They are going to swing for 5. Wow, okay. Again, that was ill-advised as well. I would take this. Because we countered out of the first one. We might as well take this one. Okay, we're just kind of looking at Dragon for a second here. Let's see what we do. Because if we counter out, we go down to 3 cards in hand. Like, I would definitely take that. Whoop, I don't know what it's doing, guys. That was YouTube that just cut out like that. Okay. So here we go. 6 cost. It's getting kind of... Notice it's getting kind of fuzzy, too. It's getting really pixelated. So, yeah, my apologies about that, guys. That has something to do with the recording or YouTube. You know, my computer's running smooth currently. Okay, so we're going to swing for 7 into the Kuzan. I actually like swinging 6 into Kuzan here, believe it or not. I would swing 6 into the Kuzan and then 7 with the Kikinojo, because that would force a lot of cards out of hand, or it would deal with the character anyway. Okay, so we're going to play out the Newgate again. Very nice. Okay, so we got another trigger now, and we can move the Haruta to the top of our deck. That's what he does. That was well played. And we still have that 0 cost at the bottom of our deck. Okay, so we can use the Haruta. Hang on. Okay, so what happened there? Did we not use the Haruta? So hear me out. Got to bring out the accuracy meter again. We could have put a Dawn on the Kikinojo with Haruta, push it to life. Don't attack. Do not attack. Well, actually, maybe we should have attacked, to be honest. We're at a point in the game now where maybe we should have attacked because we've got them down to 1. Like I said, I think we rushed that way too much. But since they're at 1, I think we should have attached a Dawn to the Kikinojo with Haruta, swing for 7, make him use the blocker on a 2K, and then we push the Haruta, or excuse me, the Kikinojo back to the top of our life, and now we get a free hit from their leader, and it comes right back into play. So I do think that was definitely an inaccuracy there, guys. You know, we got to be careful. I'm just going to say this too. Guys, Red Yellow Sabo is a hard deck to play. I love that people are playing it. They're going to play out a Hiyori here. They're going to cheat out oh, okay, they got the Rocket Boots Luffy here. I couldn't imagine they KO'd the Kikanojo. Maybe the Haruta. Because, so the Kikanojo, for those who aren't aware, it's kind of helping. Hang on. All right. Okay, Ice Age on Newgate, and they pop it with Rocket Boots Luffy, drawing a card as well. Very nice. Now they're going to gain 2 life. Now they're going to play out a 2-cost character. Yeah. So this Luffy knows what they're doing. This Black Yellow Luffy knows what they're doing. Swing for 11. We did know it was going to be a trigger. Very nice. Okay, and we play it out. I do like that as well, because that Kikanojo is just dead in our hand. Okay, so let's see what we have. We've got a 10 Dawn turn here. Looks like we're hovering over Dragon. I do like that. Okay, hang on. All right, so 2, 4. Okay, I'm going to say something again. Okay, so I would be... So, all right, you know, the normal rules for One Piece trading card game, you don't swing with your leader first into potential triggers because it could KO your board. We don't have to worry about that in this situation, right? Because they have a... We know what their top card is, and if they lose it, it goes to the bottom of their deck. It doesn't even trigger. So the way that I'd be dealing with this turn right now, like, I would be swinging 9 with my leader. So attach the remaining 2 Dawn to my leader, swing for 9 at their face. They'll probably 1k counter out or give me a blocker. That's fine. Then I'm going to attach a Dawn to Kikanojo with the Haruta ability. I'm going to life the Kikanojo, because that's going to come right into play, adding 2,000 power to the dragon until the start of my next turn. So he's an 11k on their turn, and I'm swinging for 11. That's going to get a 2k, 1k out of their hand or one of these blockers. And we're swinging for 9 right now. I think this is a, in my personal opinion, this is absolutely a play mistake here, or at least some type of inaccuracy. Okay. So they should just give us a 1k counter. I don't know what exactly they're thinking about here. This is an absolute 1k counter, and then they can start using their blockers. So swing for 9. Now I'd give a blocker up for sure. Okay, and they do. And then we're going to swing again. Lifing the dragon. Okay. So, and then that's going to be another 1k counter. Okay, that's fine. That was fine. But remember, in this situation, now they can't even swing into our dragon, right? Because our leader is going to, their leader will get to 11k right here, and that's as high as we were going to be with our dragon. So if they swung into our dragon, we 1k counter out. Now we don't have an extra character in play. We're losing a lot of momentum, and this board is looking very scary, but it's not over yet. So 9k, so do the same play I just said. So again, this is just a repeat play. We have them in a cycle. It's going to be swing 9 with leader, attach 1 Dawn to Kikanojo, life it, swing 11 with our dragon. So it's swing 9, swing 11, we gain a life, it's coming directly back into play with the Kikanojo, and it's perfect, right? And if we had done things differently the last turn, I think we would have had another 9k attack, because we would have all of our Dawn available to us. You see what I'm saying? So we're in a sticky position now. We're in a very sticky position. Gonna swing for 9 again. Okay. Again, like I said, this should be 9 on the leader, Haruta, 1 Dawn on Kikanojo, life Kikanojo, plus 2,000 on Dragon, swing 11 at leader. Okay, so 9. This is still getting cards. This is still eliciting, you know, this is still forcing a response. They took that. Did they take that? Okay, very good. And now we're going to swing for 9, and this will get a 1k counter out of their hand. Very good. Again, guys, I'm not sure why it's all pixelated. That's weird. I feel like we haven't had this problem yet. I don't know if it's YouTube or what. 9 into 5, okay. Hang on. Yeah, so we take that 8k into 5. Oof. We know what the last life card is. So here we go. And the Luffy doesn't fall for it, man. Okay, now he probably assumed the worst. Like, okay, it's probably a 0 cost 3k because we did double Edward Newgate's this turn, and he's not because I feel like a normal player there would try to go for something and just gain 2 life. But this is definitely the correct play they're doing here. Definitely the correct play. Swing for 10. Absolutely take this. We know what it is. It's You're the One Who Should Disappear. We set it there. Trashing probably a... Looks like we might do the Zoro. I think we should trash the You're the One Who Should Disappear even. Well, no, I guess that's fine. Never mind. Okay, they play out their 4th Sabo. They had 5 Dawn left, so we had to assume it was probably going to be Sabo or an Ace. And here we go. All right, so, okay, now, here's where... Wait, what happened to our other Lindbergh? Didn't we have 2 Lindberghs? Hang on. I'm sorry, guys. We do have to go back and see what happened here. Swing for 8 into 5. And this is a Lindbergh, right? Oh, and we did not activate the trigger. Okay, not activating the trigger. Oh, gosh. Okay, So hear me out. We're going to fast forward now back to where we were. So in this situation right now, let's pass to where it's our turn. So we're on a 10-Don turn. They have 1 card in hand. They have 3 blockers. They're at 2,000 power for their leader. If we had a Lindbergh in play right here, it would be absolutely massive, right? It would be so massive. Because hear me out. This is like the perfect 10-Don play with this kind of board. And you have the Haruta, actually. Okay, yeah, so this is actually the perfect play. So this is how it should look. 5 Dawn plays out the Zoro and allows you to get him to 7k. Attach 2 Dawn to your leader, attach 1 Dawn to your Kikanojo, and attach the other 2 Dawn to one of the Lindberghs, and then you'll be able to get the other Lindbergh to 7 by lifing the Kikanojo. So in this situation right here, it would be swing 7 5 times, and we gain a life. So let me see what that looks like. So if we swing for 7 5 times, they have 1 card in hand and 3 blockers and 1 life. So it's going to take the card from their hand, 1 blocker, 2 blocker, 3 blocker, and the life card. So they're literally going to lose every single card on the board except 3, and we would go up to 2 life, where we just have to counter out of 1 of these big attacks, just 1, and then we survive. And then I don't even know what our last card is in our life, because we knew it was you're the one who should disappear before. Okay, so let's see if they do that here. But again, since we don't have the Lindbergh, we can't even do that. Okay, so we have a koala in hand. If we want to try to go for one of these smaller characters, that is, or one of the characters, that is an option. I think we should just go for face here and force these blockers off the board and try to survive for next turn. Okay, so let's see what we're doing here. We're setting 3 Dawn aside, loading up. Well, that's going to cost 8. Yeah, now we're going to attach 2 with the dragon's effect on the leader. Interesting. Okay, well this. Remember, he has 3 blockers. Okay, so maybe attach 1 Dawn to the dragon and swing to the dragon and swing 10 into 8, maybe. Yeah, because if I will say this too, if we're trying to get 1 character off the board, it needs to be that Luffy. Okay, and I don't think we're going to get it now. I don't think we can get the Luffy because they have 1 more blocker, and they have 1 card in hand. Yeah, let's see if they counter out or if they use the blocker. I'll tell you guys right now, if they only had 1 card in hand and it was a dud, then they would have lost the game from the way that I was saying to play this. Okay. So we have to pass the turn back. We just have to survive 1 of these attacks. And we do have a 0 cost 3k. We have a 2k, a 1k, and a 1k. So we can get to 4, 7. We can get out of an 11k attack. Okay, so whatever they swing with first, if it's under 11, I think we do have to counter out. Let's see what they do. This Black Yellow Luffy player has been playing very well. 9 into 5. Yeah, I think I'm getting out of this attack, guys. I think I'm getting out of this attack. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. We could have... No, we couldn't chance it then. Okay, we did that. All right, let's see what happens here. They're going to play out a Garp. Oh, are they looking for a... they might be looking for an ace. And they drew an ace. Oh, man. Gosh. All right, well, that's game unless we draw a card from our life that's a 2k counter. Okay. Let's see what it is. They're going to swing for 8 and then 9 because that's the best they can swing with. Oh my goodness, guys. We were 1k away from winning that game, even still with some of those inaccuracies we were talking about. But you see how every single point of counter adds up, guys. Every little inaccuracy that we have adds up so much. It's hard to explain, but it does. Real quick, though, well, right here, could they have trashed? No, it has to be a trigger that they trash. So even if they trash the Nami and the... what's his name? The Cracker. They're still just going to draw 1 card, and the most it could be is a 2k. Well, I guess it could have been a 0 cost 3k. Let's see what the top card was. Let's see. Okay. All right, he's typing. I think he's saying GG or something. Okay, it was just a Bonnie, so it wouldn't have mattered either way. But that would have been fun if it was a 0 cost 3k. That could have potentially won it for us. Okay. That was a good game. Actually, wait, was there no way it could have? No, it could have anyway, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, the 9k, they were going to get out of it no matter what. So even if we had a 2k, it would have only got us 2-9, and we couldn't have got out of that. Anyway, that was a really good submission. A lot of people have questions about Black Yellow Luffy for playing as Red Yellow Sabo against Black Yellow Luffy. It's a hard matchup, guys. It really is. And guys, I don't know if y'all picked up on what I was saying. It is a very technical deck to play, and the matchup is very technical to play against. You have to take into consideration how many hits you can take versus how many your opponent's going to take. How wide can we swing, not attacking early on. That was our biggest mistake. I do have to say that. I just want to go back to it right here. Not trying to harp on it, just trying to, we're all trying to get better here, right? Like this turn right here was so perfect until we swung. Like countering out early, right here, setting our life cards exactly how we needed it, where we had You're the One Who Should Disappear as our last life, a trigger's coming up, and okay, right here, just pass, your turn. But instead we swung for 6 and got them down to 2 life. That was really bad for us, right? Because remember, Black Yellow Luffy can't get to 9, 11k power or whatever if they're at 3 life. They can't do all their shenanigans then. It's just not as powerful. And remember, we can gain life every turn. So we get to mitigate their leader attack every single turn by pushing a Kikanojo back to our life. But you saw what we did right there, swinging in. You know, it messes up everything we were trying to do there. We needed to go a little bit wider. And if we had taken this next hit, we would get a, what's his name? Lindbergh straight into play, right? Because we set it there. We know it's coming. Anyway, still a really good game, though. Great submission. There was a lot to learn from that game. Okay, now, you guys give me just a second to get set up. We got to talk about a list from the West, not from the East, but the West, for OP08, for Black Yellow, or for Red Yellow Sabo. Okay, so here it is, guys. This was, let me see. This came out, so I'm recording this on 10/6 or October 6th. This came out on October 4th. This was in the U.S., so OP08. Store regional, first place, 31-player tournament. Okay, and the person whose list this was is actually in the Discord. So big shout out to them. You know, great job representing this deck. We know it's good. And guys, I see tournament. Let me say something real quick before we even go into this list. Let me go to, like, we're on OnePieceTopDecks.com, by the way, for those who do not know. But check this out, guys. I only see one Red Yellow Sabo list right here, and then like if you actually sort by it, let me sort like this. I think it's towards the end here. Yeah, we only see one right now. Guys, I get people telling me how they won their locals all the time with Red Yellow Sabo. I'm not saying it's winning some big major tournaments, but I see these. I see people posting their wins with Red Yellow Sabo all the time. I wish there was more representation for it on this actual website to show that it's actually doing really well. Okay, so let's run through this list real quick. And guys, I will link all my other videos or a bunch of my other videos for Red Yellow Sabo in the comment section below. I'm not going to do a deep dive into any of this stuff. I have like 2-hour and 3-hour guides on how to play Red Yellow Sabo if you're interested. I will link those in the comment section below. But we're going to blitz through this list so we can check out 4 games on the sim. Okay, guys? All right, so first up, only running 2 Zoros. Very interesting. Only down to 2 Zoros, 2 of the 5-cost Rush Luffy, 3 Koalas, 3 Lindbergh, 1 Shanks, 3 Kid and Killer, 1 Rayleigh. I do like 1 Rayleigh. I think 2's... I'm more comfortable with 2, but I do like that we at least have a Rayleigh in the deck. It's a very powerful card. 4 Charlotte Crackers, 3 Sanjis. Going down to 3 is interesting. Going down to 3 is interesting. I've been playing with 4 because it's just such a high utility card, and it's always dependable. If you get in your first life or your last life, it's always coming in as a blocker. It's just so nice. And it's a trigger. The trigger is actually nice because it allows you to trash a card, which has insane synergy with a card like Nami that can let us draw more cards if we're down to a certain hand size. So it's just so good. 4 Satori, 4 of the 2-cost Ace. Okay, very nice. This is running the Ace package with the 5-cost 7K as well. 4 of these. 3 Hiyori, 3 Nekomamushi, 3 Jewelry Bonnie, 4 Nami, 1 Fire Fist, and 2 of You're the One Who Should Disappear. I think 2 is the perfect number for this card as well. I like Fire Fist as a 2 of as well. That's just me personally, because I feel like I get a lot of value out of my silver, on the sim Silver's Rayleigh. I'm still trying to get my Silver's Rayleigh for locals. But for the Lindbergh and things like that, it's just really, really good. And guys, there's even times where you can hit this on, like, if they have a Rebecca on the field, like, as long as you're at 2 or less life, right? You can pop a Rebecca for free with this. You can pop the little chopper, the purple Reiju blocker for free with this. It has a lot of utility. It's actually a very solid card. And pretty much any 3-cost 4K blocker, there's a lot of those. Like, that's a very common stat line, 3-cost 4K blocker. This can get rid of any of those, right? Very strong, as long as you have 2 or less life. Okay. Other than that, I'm a big fan of this list. I think it's very, very solid. This is running the Ace package, and I think this Ace package gets even better in OP08.5. Remember, we're about to check out some OP08.5 games, and I am running the Ace package. Well, excuse me, I'm only running the 5-cost Ace. I'll talk about that more when we get to it. I'm not even messing around with this part or this part, and I probably should, right? That's why I'm posting this list early, even though I feel like it's not completely finished. Not this list we're looking at, excuse me, the list we're going to be looking at today for my OP08.5 version. I think this list is clean, it is crisp, it follows all the things we've been doing. It's got the Nekomamushis, it's got the Jori Bonnies, the Namis. This looks very similar to the list that I run, but they're running the Hiyori package since they're running the Ace and the 2-cost and 5-cost Ace package. Really good stuff. Really awesome. Again, big grats to this person. it says Usagi Ace. If that's them, big grats to you. Like I said, I know they're on my Discord. I just can't remember their name off the top of my head. But really awesome. I think we have like the list now. You know what I mean? Like there's a few variations that can still happen. Like for example, this is running 8 cards that I don't run in the aces. You know, the 2 cost and 5 cost ace. But like every other card in here is exactly what I'm running in some other you know, ratios with numbers. Outside of the Hiyori, I've been running the Frankie. But hey, this is like a more aggressive version, so the Frankie's not as important in a list like this, so it makes sense to go to the Hiyori instead. Really good stuff. It looks like, I think they're running 10 2K counters, 3 Koalas, 3 Hiyoris, 4 Satoris. Looks good. Looks clean. Big fan of this. And this deck can get aggressive. The only thing that I would say is I'm surprised it's the 3 Kid Killers instead of the 3 Zoros. That's the only difference that I could even imagine making to this version of the list. Because I absolutely love what's going on here with the 2 cost and 5 cost. But Kid and Killer's a card, I think I've taken them out of my current list, guys. I think I just run like 4 Zoros and 3 Luffys, or 4 Zoros and 2 Luffys, or something along those lines. Like I've completely gotten away from the Kid and Killer, because that card is completely dead in my hand until I'm ready to win the game. And in that situation, I just need a rusher. And most times against any decks that are running lots of blockers, I'm always going to favor Luffy over the Kid and Killer, even though this is still a very high value card. So notice there's no Kikinojos in here, guys. It's even running Nekomamushi over the Kikinojo. This is a 1K counter in hand. This can fight characters on the board. Guys, that Dawn ×2 effect is what makes this card so good. The trigger as well. The trigger, of course, is extremely good, but the main effect on here that makes this card so good is that Dawn ×2, this character can also attack your opponent's active characters. So what ends up happening is if you get this down on the board early and they don't have your opponent has no removal, it's like, okay, smash into whatever your best character is, like whatever character I think I can deal with, and I'm just going to put them on top of my life and then give one of my other characters +2, and now I'm going to get this card right back into play the next turn for free, right? Like from the trigger. So really good stuff there. Okay, that's awesome. Now let's go ahead and move over to the sim. I didn't even bring it up, guys. You're gonna see it just load in real quick. Give me just a second. 8.5. Here we go. All right. Now let me go and bring this up over here. I was not prepared today, guys. I was not prepared. Let me turn the volume off, and we'll put the speed on 2x, and we're good to go. Got to move. Actually, I got to make it full screen, and then I can adjust my camera. And this first game here is going to be against Purple Luffy. So let's go ahead and hit play here. Now, this version we're seeing today, as you can see in my hand right now, this is obviously an 8.5 version of the list. Not much changed. I'll show the list at the end of the video. I have not changed much. I think the only thing I'm really messing around with is the 7 cost Newgate and maybe the 5 cost Ace. I'm not sure if it's in this version or not. Okay, they're going to swing 5. I am going to counter out of this one. I don't want to take too much life this early when they play out a page 1 plus ulti combo. So we're going to swing for 5. They gave me a 2K counter. I'm going to play out a Kikinojo. All right. Now let's see if they do here. They chose to lose 1 life card here in order to ramp a Dawn. They're going to swing for 6 into 5. Oh, that's probably another reason why I countered out early, so they couldn't hit me with a 4 cost 5K blocker law to make me lose a life. All right, we get a Frankie there. I think I am going to aggressively use this 2K counter. Or actually, never mind. I might keep it because he has a pretty big board already. Okay, so we do have 5 cards in hand, which is the magic number for Nami, right? Because playing out Nami puts you to 4 cards, trashing a card gets you to 3 cards, and then you get to cycle a card. So we're going to swing 6 into 6. He's not defending any of this. It's like, okay. All right, so we're going to trash the Fire Fist, pop your guy there, and now I've got 2 bodies on the board, and it's your turn. They're going to swing 5 into face. I think I might, yeah, I might 1K counter out of this, but I actually think I should have taken that. Like, looking back, I maybe should have. Oh, well, they could go up to 9 this turn for Kaido. So that makes sense. Okay, you're the one who should disappear. Let's see what happens here. I think we're just going to get really aggressive here, guys. Yeah, I think that's the plan. I'm going to swing 7 into 5 here. This is going to cost a 2K and a 1K. Okay, then we're going to attach 1 to him. We'll probably swing 8 and then swing 8. Yeah, swing 8, and your turn. Would you like to swing into my Kikinojo and let me gain a life? Or would you like to attack into my life and give me a Zoro? You know, this is a nightmare situation for my opponent. They're going to play out a Sanji. Okay, that's pretty nice. Sanji's pretty good here. because I'm at 8 Dawn, I believe, and they're at 6, so they could easily do that. 8 into 8 here. I'm like, let me force them to swing 10 into it, and then I can still get out of that. Okay. Looking back, I feel like I should have just let it go, but at the same time, why not just keep this aggression going? Just keep running everything over. 10 into 5. This is going to cost 3 2Ks. So he's going to have to give me 3 2Ks here, guys. Like 3 2Ks or it's over. Okay. Well, there's that. He counters out of that, and I don't even know what just happened. So he actually just, I think he just rage quit after like doing the math improperly there. I'm not exactly sure what he was trying to do. Hang on, there's no way I'll be able to do this fast enough, right? Let me see what. We'll try and get it right at the very second. No, I can't even do it fast enough. Anyway, he rage quit there. I understand why. I don't know why he tried to block. It's like he thought I only had 1 attack. That's probably what happened there. But even still, I'm not sure what just happened. Okay, next game. Let's go on to the next one. I know these aren't like the best quality matchups. Oh, here we go. Now we got a mirror match. Very nice. Always love the red, yellow Sabo mirror matches. And as you guys can see in my hand, I'm not running the list much different in OP08.5, but there are a few differences, and we're going to talk about it at the end of this video. Okay, swinging 5 into 5 here. He gives me a counter. I play out a Lindbergh. He didn't want to take that in case he has one of the Land of Wano triggers. Okay, so he's going to swing for 9. Okay, yep. It looks like it's going through, and he's going to get to draw a card from that. He's going to get to draw 2 trash 1. Very nice. And then he does not swing with the Bonnie. Very smart. But I think we still have to get rid of this Bonnie here. Yeah, even though I can't use my Nami to its like full potential. So we're going to swing for 6. See what they do. Okay, they counter out. And now I don't know what I do here. Okay, swing for 5. So I did that a little bit out of order. Should have been swing 5, swing 6. Okay, they get a Lindbergh of their own. And now we're going to trash a card, and we're actually going to get rid of the Lindbergh. Okay, let's see what they do here. Yeah, the Lindbergh's a little more of a threat because he probably has a Fire Fist or a Koala in hand. We can't deal with that. Swings in for 7. Now I'm going to force him to do something else here. Swing for 5. Okay, I can get out of that as well. I feel like I should. Yeah, give him the 2K counter. And then I've got my own Jewelry Bonnie coming up here soon. Now, watch this, guys. Okay, I'm about to play out the 7-cost Newgate. I have exactly 8 Dawn, so we got to do this in the right order here. So I'm going to attach 1, swing 6 into 4. Okay. And then I think we're going to play out the Newgate. Actually, I think I should swing first. Yeah. We'll swing for 5. He'll probably counter out of one of these and take the other one. Like that's kind of usually how the game goes, you know, unless they have just no counter power in hand. Okay, let's see if they get a trigger. They did a Frankie cycle because it was not their last life. So we're going to pop that card, swing for 6, see what he does here. And now I have a really powerful board. Okay, just waiting on our opponent here. Oh, did they counter? I think they countered out for another Frankie, for a 2K counter. Okay, they're going to play out a Jewelry Bonnie. What are they going to do? They're down to, they need to get a life this turn. If they don't get a life this turn, they're in deep, deep trouble, right? Or they have to start taking out my board. Yeah, I think they should go for the Lindbergh, absolutely. And then they have 3 Dawn left. Let's see what they do. Maybe, oh, just put the Bonnie in life. Okay, yeah, that's a good play. That's a draw 2 trash 1 effect, right? And you gain a life. But hey, guess what? I've got a Bonnie as well. Hey, I'm running Bonnie as well because that's a really good card. Hey guys, Jewelry Bonnie. It really changes the whole dynamic of the deck, to be honest. At least that's what it feels like. Okay, so we're going to swing 5 into 5. Let's see what he does here. Just waiting for our opponent. They have to give me a 1K counter. I'm just completely taxing their hand right now. Okay, we'll swing for 5 more. Or 6 more, excuse me. Because I think I'm going to play out the Kikinojo this turn. Yep, so that goes through. Let's see if he can pop my Bonnie. Okay, he did not. So he does a draw 2 trash 1 first. We're going to do a draw 2 trash 1. We'll get rid of the 6-cost Newgate. We don't need him in this situation. Now we're going to swing. I was going to say, I think I need to play out the Kikinojo. Life it. Yeah, hang on. Swing for, oh, just pass. So one thing I was going to say I probably could have done there is maybe just life the Kikinojo and plus 2,000 to the Nami and gone about things that way. But what I'm trying to do right now is I don't want him to have any triggers. I don't want to give him a single trigger right now. And if he gets a trigger, I can just pop it with Edward Newgate no matter what it is, unless it's a Kikinojo. Okay, so 4 costs 5Ks. Yeah, I'm going to be able to eat those up all day with my Newgate, right? Just all day I can eat these up. Okay, but I think I should swing first and see if he wants to give me the Sanji, because then I could just eat the Frankie with the Newgate. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those situations where this Newgate is an absolute menace, guys. The new 7-cost Newgate, he is an absolute menace. So we're coming in for 6 here. If I hit, then I get to draw 2 trash 1. It's like, okay, let's go ahead and swing for 6. Or maybe 7. I think I should swing for 7, but, oh, I life that. Then I'm going to swing, oh, okay. Now it's out of, now things are getting out of hand, right? I'm going to get to draw 2 trash 1. I'll trash that. Draw 2 trash 1 more. I'll trash that. And they just tap out. With that kind of tempo on the board. By the way, look at my life. My life is actually stacked, right? It's Kikinojo, Lindbergh, Fire Fist, and Nami. So, like, they were so far out of that game at that point. Getting down a double Bonnie is insane. That is a draw 4 trash 2. Guys, that's a draw 4 trash 2. Seems good. Okay, we got 2 more games, guys. We got 2 more games. And don't worry, I will be revising this list. This is not the final list we're looking at today for OP08.5. Because like I said, I pretty much only added a Newgate to the list. So this was a weird game here versus Rebecca. Get a swing for 5. They have Elizabella II. They counter out with 2 of them. And guys, hey, what's his name there? Zoro seems pretty good in this matchup, right? I mean, just swinging out like that. Okay, and right here, we're going to play out the Bonnie. Here we go. Swing for 5. And then it's going to be swing for 6. I'm just eating cards up. And they took that. Okay, so now it's draw 2, trash 1 with the Bonnie. And we'll trash the Kikinojo. I kind of passed the time where I could play out Kikinojo comfortably. Okay. And my hand is completely stacked right now. He's going to have to KO stuff on the board with cards from hand because I'm not letting anything go otherwise. Swing for 5. We're obviously going to keep that with the 2K counter. Yeah, I probably should use the Satori there. I don't know why I wouldn't. I don't know why I got rid of the Koala. That was like my utility 2K counter. Okay, so I think we're going to pop the Suleiman here. I just want it off the board. Okay, swing for 6. And guys, they must have no 2K counters in hand. Swing for 6. We'll see what they do. It happens. I've had some pretty bricked hands, guys. I know it happens, especially... Okay, they just lost another card from life. Play this out. I'm going to trash the Cracker to pop the Suleiman. And unfortunately, I could not draw cycle a card or whatever with Nami, but it's not the end of the world, right? It's not a big deal. So they do a Nami. They're going to swing 5 into 5. They have 7 Dawn left. I'm like, okay, let's just let it go then. I'd rather them attack into my life here because I'm expecting 7-cost Luffy here or something like that, you know. Play out an Orlumbus. Seems good. They crash that card. Get rid of my Kairos. Again, seems really good. Now, right here, I think I do go for a more extended play. Yeah, I'm going to go, well, 9 into face. And then it's going to be play out the Nami, trashing Esatori, KOing the Orlumbus, drawing a card from that. And they have another Orlumbus. They're going to... Oh, they prevented the KO on one of their Kairos to -4 to my Nami. And what are they going to do now? Okay, attacking for 5. I'll take... I need to counter out of one of these. Yeah, I'll counter out of one of these, and then I'll probably take the other 2. Yeah. Frankie... I keep the 2K counter. It's always so tempting to just use the draw card, even if you don't get the body. But hey, that is a 2K counter in hand. Okay, so they just did a whole bunch of different stuff there. Very good. But notice my hand, guys. I have a very, very dangerous hand. Right? The amount of damage I can pump out this turn is just... It's volatile, right? It's going to be a lot of damage, potentially. They take that. Now it's going to be swing 7. That goes through. Play this guy out. Life this guy. +1. Swing 8. Let's see if they have it. That was 4 1K counters to get out of that 8K attack. That was 4 1K counters. Now my guy is at 7K. What are they supposed to do here? Like, it's going to be very easy for me to defend out of the... Yeah, okay, 1K, and then he can only attack into it one more time. 1K, and now he should just pass turn. But what's it going to do? So he only has 2 cards in hand. It's swing 9, or swing 9, swing 11. It doesn't matter. So he can't get out of this one, and then load it up. So this is just a math win at this point. GG. He did have 2 2K counters in hand, but it doesn't matter because, like I said, he only has 1 card. Or he only has 2 cards in hand. So if I swing 9, he can't get out of that one. Swing for 11, he obviously can't get out of that one. Okay, one more game, guys. Then we'll talk about what we're looking at here. The deck still feels the exact same. It's still operating the same. It just feels stronger now. Like the 7-cost Newgate, I feel like just feels stronger. It pretty much... I don't know if I have it. We'll look at it in a second. I think it just replaces Rayleigh in the list that I'm running right here. Okay, 8 into 5. We're going to take that. This is against a Newgate, by the way. This is against, you know, good old OP02 Newgate, Edward Newgate. So here we go. They're going to play out a Yasop, swing for 7 here. Okay, I can take that. That's fine. Fine, we'll take it. Right, we'll take that. Because, hey, guys, he's losing life as well. So we're going to swing for 7. See if he wants to take that. He has to give me a 1K. Going to play out the Nami. Going to KO the Yasop by trashing the Lindbergh. Lindbergh's not going to be super valuable in this matchup. And now he's going to trash my Kikinojo, so I lose a life. He's going to swing for 6. I'm going to counter out of that. No reason not to. And now let's see what we have. Let's see what we got in store for him here. We're going to swing for 6. 1K counter out. Swing for 6. Okay. Pop the Makino. And now we have an 8K body on the board that he does have to worry about. This will probably be an ace turn if I had to guess. Because ace is just massive, right? Like, okay, drop your guy down to a 5 and then smash into him. Okay. The other thing is he could try to go for lethal. But that would not be very smart in this situation, in my opinion. Okay, but that might be what he tries here. Swing for 9. We'll take it. Because remember, guys, we're playing Red Yellow Sabo. We can gain life if we have to. If we have to, we can gain life. Swing for 9. Okay. Then he's going to play out a 4-cost Marco. Okay. All right. Well, I guess what we're going to do here is just pop the Marco, right? That's going to force 1 card out of hand and remove a blocker. Let's see if he counters out to save it. Or not counters, but, trashes a card to save it. He does. Okay. And now, in this situation here, I think what I'm going to do, we're going to swing 6. Yeah, we're just going to keep attacking into this Marco. He's going to have to give me a 2K counter or a card from hand every single time. And we're going to gain a life, by the way. Like, that's going to happen. Don't worry. Okay, so he let it go this time. So we're going to gain a life. And right here, it looks like we're going to swing for maybe 8. 12. 12 into 7. And then we could play out a blocker. Yep, seems good. If he could have saved that Ben Beckman, I think he should have, but I'm not sure. Like, that would have been a lot of cards from hand. That would have actually been a lot of cards. It was 12 into 7, so that would have been a 2K, 2K, 2K. That would have been 3 2Ks. Okay, so right here, we can always take 1 hit for free. Yeah, I think I should take this, to be honest. He's got 8 Dawn left, so it's not like he can do anything crazy. But okay, I guess I block it to feel safe there. No idea. Okay, what's he doing now? So he's got 8 Dawn left. He's going to play out the Bonk Punch. So this is like a Whitebeard Pirates, Red Hair Pirates combo or something. All right, so let's see what we got here. This will probably be a weird turn. Okay, so right here, I think we're going to just, load everything up on there. Swing 11 into 6. See what he has. He has to give me a, yep. Rad Beam and a 2K. We'll swing 7 into 6. Okay, he 2K counters out of that. But now it's like, hey, I'm up to 2 life. So it's like it kind of. Okay, now right here, I probably should have countered out of that. I think that was a little bit greedy because I only have 4K in hand. So he's going to swing for 8, and then he has that left. So I have to give him like all of this counter right here. Yep, had to give him all that counter. It's literally all I had. I didn't have any 2Ks, guys. Like that was a brutal game. Let's see what he has. So he can only get 1 more attack off, right? Like that's pretty much all I can do is just 1 more attack. Load 9 into 7. Seems good. And now it's just load up. GG. 15 into 6. Even with a Rad Beam, I don't think he's getting out of this. Yeah. He had a Rad Beam and double 2K. Whoops. He had a Rad Beam and double 2K counter at the end there, guys. Okay, so watch one more time. Right here. Rad Beam. And then 2K, Jozu only gets him to 14. GG. That was a close one. Always fun playing against this leader now. Now that like I felt like, okay, when Edward Newgate first came out, I think that it was so far, the base power level felt like it was so high above any other deck that it just felt horrible, right? But now, this leader is pretty much, I feel like it's right in line with all the other high-powered leaders. Okay, well, that's it, guys. We had 4 games lined up for today. Let me go ahead and bust out the deck that I was running today. This was OP08.5. I think I just called it. It's either this one. Hang on, let me see. It's not that one. No, that was me messing with the Big Mom Pirates package again. That did not work out well. For anyone who's wondering, that list, the list you're looking at right now did not work out very well. It wasn't horrible. It just wasn't great. Okay, I think this is the list, but this is definitely modified because notice there's no, oh, I know what I did. I'm pretty sure I know what I did. These were Kid and Killers. I took out the Kid and Killers to try out the Port Gosti Aces, and let me say this, I thought this card was going to be so much better for us. It's just not, because I always want to play Nami on turn 3. Oops, sorry guys, I forgot to move my face. There we go. So this is the card I was talking about. Pause and read this if you don't know what it does. This is Ace. I took out the Hidden Killers to try out the Ace, and I'm just going to tell you guys right now, yeah, yes, this card does have a 1K counter, and yes, this card's actually pretty decent against decks that have lots of removal, that depend on removal to win. But if you have the option to play this card on turn 3 or this card, I think 9 times out of 10 you're going to choose this card. It's just that good, especially with us countering out early and stuff like that. I feel like it ends up just being the better play. But notice everything else in this list, guys, is pretty straightforward. Nami and Joribani are just insane. They absolutely pump, right? I mean, this thing can KO anything that was played before it for the most part, unless it literally cannot be KO'd in battle or KO'd by effects, I mean. And then Joribani is just going to get you there late game. I've won a lot of games off Joribani just drawing me all the cards I need, just refilling my hand, and now it's a card they have to deal with on the board, unless they can somehow go for lethal on the following turn or something. But yeah, this card is just outstanding. It's straight gas. Straight gas. Very, very strong. Fire Fist has been good for me. I still think I've gone up to 2 of them. Like, that's how strong this card has been for me. Because now, if you're comboing this with a Newgate, you're popping a 9,000 power character. So, oh, are you struggling against like Bonnie that has Zoro? Okay, well, Newgate, Fire Fist seems good, right? Not to mention Newgate's just really strong because there's like other potential as well where if you have to, like, this is just one option. Like, after you've attacked him with your whole board. Well, actually, no, I was going to say you could combo with Koala, but I was going to say against Joribani, you can Fire Fist the Basil Hawkins, and then like attack for your entire turn, whatever you were going to do if they have it on the board. And once all your characters are rested, then you play out the Newgate, and if they did not choose to use that Basil Hawkins to block with, which they probably won't, right? They want to save it. Okay, now you tap the Edward Newgate, and you pop the Hawkins, and they have no character to tap, so the Hawkins actually gets KO'd by an effect because it can't negate it anymore. Sanji's been really good. After seeing the list that we looked at earlier, I can imagine going down to 3 Sanjis. Like I said, this Ace right here, this is a very flexible spot. I think this card is going to be very good into something like Lucci, but at the same time, I'd rather just be more aggressive into Lucci. It's one of those situations where I'm kind of just, I'm probably, let me say this. I'm probably going to go down these 3 aces right here and maybe down. No, I like the 3 Newgates. Never mind. I was going to say I was going to go down that, but no. We're going to keep the 3 Newgates. But I'm probably going to go down 3 aces and go up 2 of the Kikanojos. Or 2, I messed it up. It's going to be 1 Kikanojo and 2 of the Hidden Killers, the other card I was talking about, this one here. So that's about it, guys. Today was meant to just be like more of a miniature update. Because remember, guys, the only thing that's coming out in that we have access to in OP08.5 is this right here. Like, these are the cards that are available. This is a card for Edward Newgate. This is the card we're running. This is a 3-cost 4K blocker, but it says opponent's turn when this character is KO'd by your opponent's effects up to one of your leaders gains plus 2,000 power during this turn, which is not bad. We just don't have room for it. 2K counter, and then the other ace cards. So that's all that's coming out for ST15 for red, and then for the yellow cards, that is that's ST20. This is all that's coming out. A 2K counter, a decent trigger card, but I think this cracker's just better. I think it just outclasses this one. Pause and read this. It has like ways to prevent KO, but I would much rather have this card that helps us deal with the 5 life leaders. And then Katakuri, this seemed like a good card in the deck because it is a 5-cost card on curve that you can just play a blocker and you don't even have to use the effect if you don't want to. The activate main. Pause and read that if you don't know what it does. But the problem is, like, this card has now become like the all-star of the deck, and any other 5-cost card now falls under this one, right? Like this is the top one, and then anything else just falls under it. So if I do run any 5-cost cards, it'll probably just be like 1 or 2 of a card like this, like potentially. But one thing I will say too, and of course Satori's different, right? This isn't really a 5-cost card, it's a 2K counter trigger. But here's the thing I do want to say as well, and of course Luffy as well. That's another 5-cost one. After seeing the Ace deck that we saw, let me bring up Ace real quick. There probably is an idea to try going like 4 of the 2-cost, 4 of the 5-cost Rush Ace, and 4 of the 5-cost, KO, I should say removal prevention Ace. There might be something to mess around with there. And that's the next step I'm going to go after seeing, like I said, after seeing the list we looked at today. Like, this did well, guys. This got first place at a store regional where it was a 30-player tournament, 30 or 32-player tournament. And look at this, guys. It was running 4 of this ace, if it loads, and 4 of this one, okay? And that's seems good to me, right? Seems good. And that's and then we're about to get access to another ace that has a 1K counter, and it might be a card we just don't mind slamming down on turn 3 if we don't see our Namis. So maybe we'll have to find a ratio where maybe we run like, okay, I like 4 of this ace, and this would end up kind of taking the place in the deck over something like the Kid Killer for what we're trying to do. But I don't know. The other list we saw was running 2 Zoros, 2 Luffys, 3 Kid Killers, and 4 aces. That is hyper aggressive. So maybe we do just end up sticking 4 of these in. But adding this and the 2-cost guy, there might be something there, because I will say this. So the first package that I ever ran, I still have it, guys. Let me show you. Like, this was the very first Red Yellow Sabo list I ever made. It's just called Red Yellow Sabo. This was the first list, and guys, this combo of ace into ace, the 2-cost and the 5K, or the 2-cost and the 5-cost. It's like, okay, I'm going to swing for 7 by paying 5. I'm going to attach 1 dot on my leader, life the ace, play out the 2-cost, swing in for 7 more with ace. And now I can do whatever I want to with the rest of that turn, you know. And I could have, in between there, of course, I could have put plus 2,000 on another character on the board with the original leader effect. So and then your leader's plus 2,000 till the start of your next turn. It's just so powerful, guys. It's just so powerful. And then I had Carasso in the original list, but notice how aggressive I was running this first list, guys. Straight rushers, like what, 4, 8, 12, 16 rush cards, and then I was running 4, 8. Let me see, only 8 triggers back then, and then 11 if you count the 0-cost 3K. And that's where, like, this felt kind of empty in the deck, where, like, yes, this is a very strong card. Obviously, this card is extremely powerful, guys, for those who are not aware. Very, very strong card. However, for what we're trying to do, it had a little bit less synergy. It had less synergy than I wanted it to. So it still had synergy, it just didn't have as much as I wanted it to. And then once we started messing around with the trigger stuff, like, let me see if I can find my original trigger deck. It's like Red Yellow Sabo triggers. Yeah, so this was like the original trigger deck that I ever came out with, like way back, and it was running 4 key. Okay, let me see. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, only 22 triggers. Okay, back then we were only running 22 triggers in the trigger version of the deck. Like now, guys, and remember this was before OP08 and everything, but like now, look at what we're running now, guys. Like, let me get back to Red Yellow Sabo. I think I called it Red Yellow Sabo Peak. Right. Peak 8.5, this one. Like, look how many triggers we're running now, guys. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, plus 6, 34. We're running 34 triggers now. Like, it's... The deck has gone to like a whole nother level, and we've got access to new cards like the Nami. Like, there's 8 triggers we didn't have before, right? The Bonnie and the Nami, and then of course, you know, now we have access to the Newgate. This is how I'm feeling as far as like the direction I think we need to go with the deck moving forward. With the only difference is maybe incorporating this ace package, because one thing I do want to show on here is if we go to the East, check this out, guys. If we go to the East in their OP08 meta. One of the last decks that won over there for Red Yellow Sabo was running I think it was this one. Let me see some of this. This was at a 17-player tournament, but check this out. I think this is the list. It is. This was running like a Revo Army version with the 5-cost. This is OP08.5 in the East. So about 3 months ago, right? About 4 months ago now. They were running 2 of the Rush Ace, 4 of the 2-cost Ace, and 4 of the 5-cost like removal prevention Ace. And then just a straight package of even, you know, cards like Emporio-5 here. You know, like just straight Revo Army stuff. Just a straight Revo Army list, and then an ace package mixed in there with some rush cards mixed in, and then like random 2K counter triggers. I mean, the deck seems all over the place, but at the same time, it makes sense. But notice, guys, over in the East, they weren't even playing with Nami or Bonnie in the Red Yellow Sabo list because they weren't running the trigger version that we were running. So that's always interesting for me to check out, like the difference in the metas. Because I personally, okay, there's probably some bias here, but I think our Red Yellow Sabo list is like much better than the one in the East. And that's no offense to them. They don't, I think they just don't care about Red Yellow Sabo like someone like I, you know, like I do over in the West, and like some of us do over here in the West. And that's not to say this is a bad list. I mean, clearly it got first place in a 17-player tournament. There's no way it's not trash, right? There's no way it's trash. But I'm just saying there might be something to Ace. There might be something to this card, and that's kind of the idea I was going off of. But when I started playing this card in games and testing it, it was a 1K counter like every single time. Like there was never a situation where I wanted to play this card over, where is it? Over this one. There was never a situation where I wanted to play it over this. And here's the other harsh reality of it. This is another turn, a 5 Dawn play. where I just go, okay, play Zoro for 3, swing for 7. So if I'm on a 6-dawn turn, I can swing 6 with my leader, play out this Zoro, swing 7 with Zoro, and life it. Like, and then buff whatever I had on the board. Like, that's a whole nother potential play, you know? And it just, all I'm going to say is this. I think there is some potential to this card for sure. That's why I was trying it. And who knows, maybe it needs to go down to a 2 of. But the list we just looked at from the West, or from the East, from back in their OP08.5, you know, time period, they were running 4 of the 5 cost and only 2 of the Rush Ace. Or they're both 5 cost. 4 of the anti-removal Ace and 2 of the Rush Ace. So who knows? We'll have to mess around with it. You know, it's not the way, we're going to have to do our homework, guys. We're going to have to do our homework. You guys got to help me out, too, if you can. Any kind of testing y'all do with Red Yellow Sabo, guys, please report back on the Discord. We're trying to take this deck to the next level. I want to push this deck into, like, the meta contender area. You know, that is a big dream of mine. And I feel like it's already there, but I think the only thing it's lacking right now is representation. A lot of people, like, they go to a big tournament. They're like, you know, I paid $30 or I paid 40, however much money the tournament costs. They pay big money to go to this tournament. They spend money to travel to it. So it's not just the entry fee, especially like with the offline tournaments. It's, online's a little bit different, but with offline tournaments, it's not just the entry fee. It's also the gas money traveling there, the time off from work or from whatever, from personal time, going over there, potentially being a 2-day type of affair where, like, you have to, you know, get, what's it called? You know, you have to pay for a hotel. I couldn't think of it, guys. But yeah, I get why people don't want to take a chance at the bigger tournaments, but at the same time, that's the potential for the biggest payout as well, where it's like, man, no one's going to see this kind of deck coming, and it does pretty well. So, okay, that's it for now. This was just an update video. I will have an even more updated version on the 8.5 stuff with this list, guys, later. I'm still working on it. And 8.5 doesn't come out for another, like, 3 weeks, guys, so just know that. Like, at the time you're recording this, we're still almost right at 3 weeks, a little under 3 weeks away from the OP08.5 release over here in the West, which is October 25th. All right, hope y'all enjoyed, guys. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. And thank you to everybody who, almost forgot, guys. How could I forget this? I just wanted to give a big shout out to everybody who supports the channel. Guys, if you're liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, viewing my stuff, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Big shout out to everybody who bought the playmat. Hope you guys are enjoying that. And last but not least, the patrons, guys. Thank you so much to everybody on this list here. Just donating to the channel, trying to help me out. I really do appreciate it. All right, I'm done rambling. Hope y'all enjoyed that. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. Like I said, if you guys have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please do not hesitate to put them down in the comment section below. And yeah, till next time, guys. Peace.